With all the censorship that's going on, I thought I'd talk about history instead of current events, so less likely to be targeted by TikTok censors. The image behind me is from 1906, and right behind me is a trench of bodies that I will not show because I'll probably get censored off this app. This image is from the Dajo Massacre in 1906, which took place after the Philippines-American War. Why did the massacre occur? Well, simply put, America be colonizing, and here's a press release from the New York Times in 1906. Women and children killed in Moro battle, mingled with warriors and fell hail of shots. 4 days of fighting, 900 persons killed or wounded. And an official report says that families of the Moro remained in the villages situated in the center of the crater at the apex of the mountain, and the women and children mingled with the warriors during the battles to such an extent that it was impossible to discriminate, and all were killed in the fierce onslaught. General Woods was not available at present to confirm this report. Holo is quiet, and the Sultan and headmen are reported as saying the general satisfaction is expressed over the extermination of the outlaws. This was also during the time of Mark Twain, and after the events, he wrote this essay, and I'm going to read you parts of it. Contrast these things with the great statistics which we have arrived from that Moro crater. There, with 600 engaged on each side, we lost 15 men, killed outright, and we had 32 wounded, counting that nose and that elbow. The enemy numbered in 600, including women and children, and we abolished them utterly, leaving not even a baby alive to cry for its dead mother. This is incomparably the greatest victory that was ever achieved by the Christian soldiers of the United States. Now then, how has that been received? The splendid news appeared with a splendid display of heads in every newspaper in this city of 4,013,000 inhabitants on Friday morning. His whole utterance is merely a convention. Not a word of what he said came out of his heart. He knew perfectly well that to pen 600 helpless and weaponless savages in a hole like rats in a trap and massacre them in detail during a stretch of a day and a half from a safe position on the heights above was no brilliant feat of arms, and would have not been a brilliant feat of arms even if Christian America, represented its salaried soldiers, had shot them down with Bibles and the Golden Rule. Instead of bullets, he knew perfectly well that our uniformed assassins had not upheld the honor of the American flag, but had done as have they always been continuously doing for 8 years in the Philippines. That is to say, they had dishonored it. They were mere naked savages, and yet there is a sort of pathos about it when that word children falls under your eye, for it always brings us the perfectest symbol of innocence and helplessness, and by help of its deathless eloquence, color, creed, and nationality vanished away, and we see that only they are children, merely children, and if they are frightened and crying and in trouble, our pity goes out to them by our natural impulses. We see a picture. We see the small forms. We see the terrified faces. We see the tears. We see the small hands clinging in supplication to the mother. But we do not see those children that we are speaking about. We see in their place the little creatures whom we knew and loved. And after this essay, General Woods responded to Mark Twain, saying that the women and children that were killed were being used as living shields. They didn't use the word human shields back then. And did I also forget to mention that they were Muslim? Yeah, nothing to do with current events.